All right, Bully World, we out here at the Abkc office, day before Back to the Bullies 2. Got my man Dave. What's good, man?
What's happening? What's going on, man?
I want to take you back in time. Talk about the first Back to the Bullies and the process involved in bringing that show to Virginia.
Oh, man. The first Back to the Bullies was an experience like something we had never done before. We never had an indoor event like that before. We never had a pipe and drape event, so we had never done anything of that caliber. A lot of what we did at that time was more barbecues, more outdoor type of events. And at that time, we wanted to go big. We wanted to do something where we could draw in a lot of people from the world, not just the bully world, because we weren't that big at the time, but from the outside world. So we had a concept of trying to bring a lot of things together at once, bringing in entertainers, bringing in models. We had Gloria Velez, who was going to host the event. We had Paul Wall there performing, just people that were popular at that point in time, and try to make it like a mega event where we brought a lot of different elements to the table. When that happened, we had a big problem because the city of Fredericksburg, where I lived, I didn't realize was kind of like old world. And I didn't really understand the South and some of this whole thing, so I'm not from there. I'm from D.C., Maryland area. So they immediately tried to stop us for what we're doing. And they tried every way possible to shut us down. I mean, it went from trying to bring in animal control to gang task force, just a million different ways they tried to shut us down. Even the local newspaper wrote a bad article about us. I mean, we're stereotyped in every which way you could possibly think about it. Everything from the breed to racism to everything you could think about. So the whole time leading up to it, we were promoting new areas they can to make this mega event to try to draw in people to learn about our breed and stuff. At the same time, the city was trying to shut us down. So pretty much every day, something new would pop up. And I'm thinking, okay, we're past this obstacle, we're past this hump, and then boom, they would throw something else on us again. And another reason why they were going to shut us down or stop the event. And it went all the way up to even the day of the event. It got to the day of the event, the day before the event, they tried to pull a permit thing on me saying I needed a special permit and told me this at 3 o'clock when the office closes at 5. So I had to fly down to the city office and do all this stuff, get a permit. In the end, we found out we didn't even need the permit. But they tried every way possible. The day of the show, they came and said they're going to have gang task force at the door. They're going to take everybody's dogs from them if they don't have rabies documentations and things like that, which we weren't familiar with at the time because we never had events like that. So they were going to confiscate people's dogs and escort the people to outside the city limits. It was that bad. I mean, it was probably the worst I've ever experienced with anything. So even the day of, I mean, when the final event came to happen, everybody turned out. There was so many people that came, it was unbelievable. And we just tried to bypass everything. We're in the parking lot passing out rabies certificates because we didn't know what else to do. And the animal control stopped people at the door to take pictures of them and their dog. And, it was a real ugly scene. And then all of a sudden, once the show did happen and everything started to come together, it made a complete turnaround. The newspaper ended up retracting their story and writing a great story about us. The gang task force left said, we don't even know why we're needed here. In fact, a couple of them bought t-shirts, and animal control became great friends with me afterwards. And it just was one of these monumental things that we had all odds stacked against us. And we kept fighting and fighting until we got it. And then eventually we did, and we won. And I think that was a great hump for the bully world and the American bully breed and people, us as people in our community, to overcame something that powerful and then did an event like that was that successful. So it was a lot of work, a lot of struggle. I lost a lot of weight, even though I don't even weigh that much. It's just a lot of stress, but in the end, it panned out. Yeah,
because we talked about that on the first interview that we did, and I always wanted to ask, going back to that day. What's one of the most memorable moments from that, or did you even get a chance to really enjoy the event because of everything that was involved?
The event was straight stress for me, and I expected something to go, happen where they did find a way to shut us down. For me, I have to say that the most memorial thing was the newspaper retraction. To have a newspaper write something so bad and then to turn around and put you on the front page of the newspaper with this great story and retracting their own statements and apologizing and saying, how great this was in the event and the breed. So I think that for me was the most memorial thing that happened.
Let me ask you, why do you feel right now it's time to bring back to the bullies, to the Fredericksburg area? Because it's been a while since that first event.
I look at it like this. This is our home. This is where Abkc is. This is where Razor's Edge is. It's where a lot of things began. Not everything. I know people always try to, take claim for everything, but it is where a good portion of all of this began. And I think in this day and age right now, there's so many people out there just talking negative and trying to cut things down and just putting a bad vibe in the air. Everybody's arguing with each other and everybody feels that they know the best and this person knows the best. And what's happening now is people have forgot the fun of what it all was. And I just thought, you know, this is a time, let's just have a fun event. Let's go back home where we started, where this thing is, in an area that's now accepting of us that wasn't. And let's show them how to have a good time. I think people just need to really, once again, just feel the fun of it. Just feel what it was about. So that's really the purpose of this, just to bring some fun back and bring it back home where we all started.
Now, going back to the first Back to the Bullies, that was an indoor event.
Correct.
Why this time outdoors?
Because to get the feel that we want, we didn't want it to be so formal. We didn't want it to where people had to spend a lot of money. Those indoor events cost a lot of money. So we wanted it to be more of a barbecue kind of feel, like kind of how we started. Not how the first Back to the Bullies was, but kind of how the Bully World started. So we thought, let's just do an outdoor event and get that older feel to it, just a more comfortable, laid-back kind of feel. So it was more, the setting was more just to get the vibe and the feeling.
It seemed like this time around is really about the bully community. What I mean by that is, you know, you mentioned the WBAs, the Black Labels, the EEs, the Bully Embassy. Just a coming together, come out, have a great time, and show your bullies. Even for the judges, you want the judges to show.
That's why I brought the judges. Yeah, international, so anybody can show. There's no politics. There's no. I mean, there isn't any way, but just the air of people saying that or something. So, I just try to put up an element, and everybody try to come here just so we can show people how to do this in a relaxed way and just like we used to do it in a fun way. So it's an event that everybody should come out and enjoy, and really it's just more about having fun. That's why we have an open house today, Abkc office today. Just come in and meet the office and see what it's like, and just come out here and have a good time.
I gotta ask you, man. This is an Abkc question, man. What's the first 5 dogs registered with the Abkc?
No, I don't know. What? Yeah, I don't know. I know that the original stuff. Well, my original dogs, obviously, we put into the system early on. Dogs like Rage, Knuckles, Paddington, Cairo, Little Row, you know, all those dogs.
Who has the number 1?
Cairo.
Cairo.
Cairo's first dog entered. Yeah, the very first dog. That I do know. He was number 1. Yeah. And shortly after we did all the Elite Edge members, and then we went out and did Richard Barajas dogs. So right after mine, right after Elite Edge, was the original Gotti line dogs. So it kind of went in that order. But Cairo, I'm sure, was not the first dog we registered.
Now I'm gonna talk about the last question. Talking about Abkc Nationals this year in Chicago. You kind of made a blunder putting it out there early.
Oh.
But man,
I didn't know it was gonna be so hard to find a venue. I thought in Chicago, you see, we're gonna find something, you know. And then, yeah.
But that venue,
it's off the hook. Yeah. I mean, it's to me one of the prettiest places, if not the prettiest place we've ever been. So, I mean, it's right there on the water. I mean, it's where everything happens. It's it's a Navy pier. I think to be in Chicago, that's the most iconic place for the Midwest that we could think of. The first Nationals was in the Midwest, so it's time to bring it back to the Midwest.
Because that was my next question. What was the deciding factor to bring it to the Midwest this year?
Well, because we hadn't been there. I mean, in all honesty, we like to move it around from coast to coast, and it's been all over. And it hasn't been in the Midwest since 2006, I believe, was when the first one was. So we wanted to bring it back to where it started. And again, like Chicago is iconic for the Midwest, and that particular area, downtown Chicago, is lovely. It's gorgeous. So I know it's a little cold sometimes, but I think that's going to be good for the dogs. And I mean, that's the most perfect spot. And when that place came up, we saw it. I mean, it's a very expensive venue. It's definitely something that way exceeds any kind of revenue you're going to get, but it's worth it for just to give that back to the Midwest where it started, to give it back to the bully community, just to have a good, event at a really nice place like that. So that's why we chose that place.
I mean, I really appreciate your time today. Hey, people, you already know, man. I've been pushing forward to come to the DC area, man. Man, when them Nationals coming to DC, man?
I don't know. I'm with you on the DC area. So I mean, we're here this weekend, So I mean, Washington DC, give it a couple years. Washington DC's popping now. Now we got the MGM there.
We got the National Harbor.
Yeah, Washington's turning around now. DC's is becoming a hot spot. So I'd say probably about 3 more years.
3 more years.
Yeah, that's what I would like to see. About 3 years.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to see it in the backyard, man.
Yeah, me too.
Especially where it all started at, man.
In the backyard. Maybe we'll get backyard to perform there too. But no one else knows about that.
Don't nobody know about that.
Nah. That's a DC thing. But yeah. For sure.
Matter of fact, I gotta bring some mumbo sauce tomorrow for Spill. He never had it.
Chicken wings and mumbo sauce, yeah.
Man, but once again, man, I really appreciate your time.
Same as that. We always appreciate what you do for us in the bully community.
All right.
All right. Back.
Today on Bully Talk with Zed, we have Damir Markov. He's actually one of the judges that's going to be judging tomorrow for Back to the Bullies. And today we're going to talk about his new book, The American Bully Standard,
yes,
and comments on
comments
standards.
on the standards, yes.
Explain the concept of the book and how did the whole process of the book come together?
The book explains complete standard of the breed. So I, as a judge, give explanation of the comments. Completely illustrations in the photos that people can understand what is correct top line, angulation, the head, position of the eyes. Everything is explained in this book. Also, there is a short part about history. Dave was contributor and helped me with the history of the bully breed, and the Razorhead bloodline and the gut line. And I think that will be very useful for not just for the judges, for the all fans for this breed and the owners of this dog.
Now, explain your first experience with the American Bully and what was your thoughts when you first saw American Bully?
Oh, first experience. Actually, I can say I must apologize to all because my English is not very well, but I hope so that they will understand me. I'm born with dogs. My father had a pit bulls. Also, he had the Dogo Bordeaux, the breed. So I grew with these dogs. But my first love was Amstaff. So I'm involved in Amstaff since 20 years ago almost.
Oh wow, okay.
Yes. And I found my kennel before 10 years with my wife and breed only quality bloodlines with Abkc clear litters and only Abkc clear dogs. But I cannot remember exactly. I saw some advertise of that was Elite Age, and I saw the completely new dogs similar like Amstaff, but I saw that it's not the same. I don't understand at that moment what was this breed. So I tried to find the answers, I collect information, and I found that Razor Age, the gut line, explanation what is the bullies. So I became too interesting for this breed. In my dreams come true last year, I sent a message to the Dave. Hi Dave.
We got Dave over here in the background.
And
oh, you good, you good.
All right, I'm sneaking out.
And sent him some request that I'm interested to become the judge of this breed. And he has accepted me because I'm a long time experienced in judging FCI. In the FCI I'm judging 5 different groups of 10. It's about 200 different breeds. Most important that I'm judging all Molossus breeds. Where is the Presa Canario, Cane Corso breed. I'm judging the terrier groups, where is the terrier type bull, Amstaff, bull terriers. This is breed similar like American Bully. They have the same bloodline. So it's easy for me as an experienced judge that I understand also in your breed in US. I find a lot of answers. They help me in the history that I better understand the breed. So I'm happy that I'm here, and tomorrow I'm very excited and looking forward to see good dogs.
Let me ask you, how did your relationship start with the Abkc?
Relation.
How did they reach out to you? Or did you reach out to them as far as to become a part of judging for the Abkc?
It was just a moment. In last year, before about 1 year ago, we have the first contact. They accept my biography, judging biography. So I finished some examinations, do apprentice on the shows, and I became the judge, you know. I finished complete training system in December last year. So from December, I'm Abkc judge.
What are people's thoughts on the American Bully in Serbia?
People are very interesting, but still they need to learn a lot of things about this breed. We have actually just 5 dogs registered by Abkc in Serbia. So I'm here to help them to give him some answers how they find the good dogs, how they bring in the Serbia. I will try to do some event in the Serbia next year. I hope so that I will have the dogs. I don't expect from the Serbia, but in region we have a lot of dogs from Italy, from the Hungary, Romania, Holland people, Sweden people will come on our show. So I hope that I will have about 100 dogs. That is, for the first show, it's good for the Serbia. Also, my wife and I found the official club, Abkc Serbian Club, because all our clubs must be registered by business agency in the Serbia. So our club will promote the Abkc and the breed. We're working very hard to promote, to learn, to teach the people about this. And day by day we have more people who is interested in this breed. In last several months I'm doing about 70 registrations for Serbian dogs, Amstaff, French Bulldogs and some Bull Terriers also, which will maybe put in the show. I will see. Depends on the people, not on me.
For those that don't know, for my audience, what's life growing up in Serbia?
Sorry?
What is life growing up in Serbia like? What's everyday activities for people of Serbia?
The same like you. That is the same. From my side, I'm retired. I was military officer.
Okay.
I'm retired, so I have full time to keep the dogs, to train the dogs, to doing everything about kinology, everything about the dogs. It's my passion. Like most people who working with the dogs, they completely focus on the dogs, on the breeding, on the everything. We are doing really with the passion and the love. Because that Serbia have a lot of quality dogs, not just in Amstaff breed. A lot of the world champion came from the Serbian Rottweiler breeds, in German Shepherd, Dobermans. So I hope so that they will use this passion for the American Bully, and that we will start to grow, and we will have more and more breed dogs. In Serbia.
Now, going back to the book, The American Bully Standard and Comments on the Standard, what do you want people to take away from that once they read that book?
Sorry, can you repeat? That I understand better.
On that book that you have, what do you want people to take away? What type of knowledge do you want people to take away from the book?
I want that they learn to recognize what is correct, what is not correct in the dog. Understand? So, if you're looking better, I will show you just some examples. So, okay, this is one of the examples you can see.
Bring it in close for the people. There you go.
So this is profile lines. What is correct? This is a divergent line. It's not correct, for example.
Yeah, he's going to bring it in closer so the people can see. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, they can understand the head. There is the type. How can you recognize? This is photos. There are also angulations. You see the front, side view. Okay, top lines. So they can see this dog. They can see is their dog correct or not correct. They can recognize the quality of the dogs which they have. To learn to understand what judging looking for in the ring. That is my thing.
Now, how can people, if they wanted to get that book, how can they reach you to get that book?
If they want to take this book, just need to contact me on the Facebook or my email, skywalkeramstaff@gmail.com. I can send worldwide, it's not a problem for me.
Okay, and we'll definitely make sure to put the information up on the video so they can get in contact with you about that.
Okay.
Definitely, man. I really appreciate your time today. And good luck on the judging tomorrow, man.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Take care. That is Damir Markov. We are here at the Abkc office. And once again, his book, The American Bully Standard, Comments on Standard. There you go. Bully Talk with Ed Pitts, and we out. Today on Bully Talk with Ed, we out here at the Abkc office, and we have the judge for tomorrow, Mr. Paul Byrne. How are you today, sir?
I'm good.
Let's jump right into it. How long have you been involved with the American Bully breed?
Since 2012. My brother, William Byrne, he actually brought the American Bully to the UK. So ever since then, I've been involved with the American Bullies.
Now, up to that point, what was the first American Bully you actually seen in person?
Seen in person.
Was it your brother's dog?
Yeah, it was my brother's dog. I'm just trying to remember what one. He bought a dog from Muscletone Suki. That was one of the first dogs he brought in. So that was probably the first one I'd seen.
Now, when you seen the American Bully for the first time, what was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, nice dogs though. Definitely had the wow factor, which everybody was looking for in the UK. So definitely a nice looking dog.
Were you involved in the process of bringing Abkc to Scotland?
There's a whole team in Scotland. My brother, Sean Main, Derek Morris, I mean, they all work together. There's loads of other people that I've missed out. They'll probably be screaming at your camera, but nah, they're a good bunch of guys and they all work together. And so it was a joint effort, definitely.
And in your opinion, when did it really take off that you like, wow, people are really getting into the American Bully?
It took off probably like within the first year and a half from my brother actually bringing the dogs over. I mean, when he brought them over, there was always people interested in them. Obviously the UK legislation type, the brand pit bull type, which are banned in the UK, so there was a bit of a dilemma there, I suppose, where would they be on the banned breed list or would they not? But I mean, they're American Bully, they're not a pit bull terrier. They don't fit the breed type, and obviously several dogs have been checked out by SSPCA inspectors and different DEFRA inspectors, and they've been fined. So once that part was out of the way, then everybody just started jumping on, and the breed just grew and grew till where it's at today.
Because I always wondered how was the American Bully in the UK and Scotland, because it's such a big bulldog area.
Yeah.
That did they like at first like, what is this? This is
definitely everybody. First they probably thought it was like a bulldog mix. No, because I mean over there you've got 5, 6, 7 different variations of bulldog. So people at first, you tell them American Bully, first thing they think on is American Bulldog. You're like, no, it's an American Bully, like that's the actual breed. So once just a bit of education, and then obviously the shows in the UK have helped propel the American Bully to where it is today.
Now, how did you get the call to be a judge for the Abkc?
I applied to be a judge for ABKC myself, and on the first UK show I done my apprenticeships under Sergio and Rolando, two senior judges. Sat the tests and stuff, and then that was me basically in the door. But I'd already been a judge like over the last 10 years for various different registries, multi-breed judge, so I already had the experience in the background.
I'm gonna ask you a hard one. What's the most impressive American Bully you've had the chance to see in person?
It's got to be Demon Boy.
Demon Boy.
Demon Boy. Yeah.
Why? Why is that?
He's just I mean, he's not a perfect dog, but he's definitely got the wow factor. And he's still got good conformation. He still moves well. He's functional. He's got drive.
Come on, Paul, so get with it.
He's definitely got characteristics that you would like in an American Bully.
I want to talk about life growing up in Scotland. What's life growing up in Scotland for people who are here in the States and have no idea what it's like there? You only see from the outside looking in. For you, what is life like in Scotland?
It's wet and cold.
All the time?
All the time. No, it's good. It's a beautiful country. Obviously, nice scenery and stuff. Culture. I mean, it's definitely a good place to live. Good place to bring up your family and stuff. But it's like everywhere else. It's got rough parts and it's got nice parts. So you just got to pick a part that you'd like to stay in. But it's a decent place, yeah.
Well, okay. Well, speaking on that, then, what's one of the hardest things you had to deal with growing up, and how did you overcome that?
I've had to deal with loads of shit growing up. Like me and my brother, we went through some like hard times growing up. You know, rough times. Took a couple of wrong turns somewhere along life and went down a different path. But I mean, we overcame it and we are where we are today.
What advice would you give to people who are actually going through those hard times that might be going through it now, that they can overcome what you overcame?
Yeah, just stay focused, and like if you've got a goal in life, then definitely pursue it and try to achieve it.
Now I'm gonna ask you, did you ever think in your wildest dreams that you'd be traveling the world because of American Bully breed?
No, definitely not. I mean, until 5 years ago, obviously, before we brought American Bullies over, then we had obviously heard about American Bully and like on the internet and stuff. But definitely from 5 years when my brother brought the first dog over to now is unbelievable. So no, I definitely didn't think I'd be traveling the world for American Bully.
What's the biggest show you ever been a part of?
Probably. I mean, I don't judge in the UK, but they're probably one of the biggest shows in the UK. I mean, every show is 250, 300 dogs, so there's 10, 11 breeds, most shows, so it's definitely, I mean, it's massive shows over there.
So it's definitely the UK. Why do you think there's such big dog enthusiasts in the UK?
Before, I mean, apart from Kennel Club, the Kennel Club in the UK, which obviously hosts Crufts and the biggest dog show in the world, for bull breeding enthusiasts, it was a case of take your dog to a field somewhere, muddy field, and they'd be standing in the organisation and stuff. So, I mean, even then, people still come out in their droves, you know, and show dogs. So, when the UK team put on the show, obviously it's nice venue, everything's all piped and draped and stuff. No, it's a proper show. Then it's just attracted lots and lots of people. Everybody wants to get involved. Great atmosphere, so it's great to be a part of.
I want to talk about the exotics.
Yeah.
How is the exotic scene right now in the UK and Scotland? And what are your thoughts on the breed?
There's not really like you don't really see much of exotics in the UK, Scotland. There are some, but it's not like the way it is in the US or in other countries in Europe and stuff. So it's not really an issue at the moment. But I mean, each to their own. If people want to go down the exotic line, then I mean that's up to them. But for me, it's not a type of dog that I like. I like dogs to be functional. And obviously, I mean, I'm not saying that you don't get some functional exotics, but from what I've seen, they're pretty cool.
From your time there and seeing what's going on with the American Bully breed, what's the bloodline people like to use in the UK, or their choice of dog as far as bloodline?
There's it's probably Gotty line and Edge. I mean that's probably
the mix of both.
Yeah, it's probably there's loads of definitely Gotty line and Edge mix is probably most popular in the UK at the moment.
Now,
so obviously dogs that my brother brought over. I mean, most of the dogs, a good percentage, maybe 70% of the dogs in the UK are produced by him. So
I was about to say, pretty much your brother really is the pipeline between the US and the UK as far as bringing the dogs in.
Obviously now you get more and more people that are going to the US themselves and bringing different bloods in, which is good. I mean, it just adds to the gene pool in the UK, so it's definitely a growing breed.
How hard is it to bring the American Bully to UK and Scotland?
It's not as hard as it used to be. Before you had to do a quarantine period, which was 6 months, so you bring a dog in, be quarantined for 6 months. But since they've relaxed the laws to just rabies in 21 days, then it's a lot easier and a lot better for dogs.
Now, speaking on the Abkc now, you've been a judge with Abkc. What are some things you want to accomplish as far as in the ranks of the Abkc? Would you ever like to do an Abkc Nationals in the States?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's probably every Abkc judge's goal is to judge at Nationals. So hopefully that call will come sometime.
Well, How would that feel?
Oh, it'd be great, but it'd be an amazing experience.
I'm gonna ask you, in your opinion, who was the dog that really brought the American Bully to the mainstream in UK and Scotland? That really put it on the map. Like, wow, this is a nice dog here. Would you say that's Demon Boy, or even before that, or even go back before that?
Demon's probably the most famous dog in the UK for sure. But I mean, is a wow factor dog. But before Demon, then you probably get Athena. I mean, that's probably
Athena. Oh,
that's probably
muscle
the female
tone.
that everybody knew. That kind of blew up in the UK, I suppose.
Now, last question for you. Are there any magazines and media that's dedicated to the American Bully in the UK and Scotland?
Not yet, but the UK team, Sean Main, was actually working on a magazine, so there should be something out soon.
Oh, okay, okay. I really appreciate your time today, and hopefully soon, man, we'll see you judging at one of the nationals here in the States.
Hopefully. Thanks very much for having me.
All right, take care.
Thanks, bye.